All right, so my name is Ellen, and I've been in Tupperware 18 years. And I tell you what, if somebody said I could only sell one product, it would be my fridge smarts. So my fridge smarts have been my top sellers for 18 years. And here's why. All right, so the fridge smarts are designed to make your fruits and vegetables last 3 to 4 times longer. And they do it in a whole bunch of sciencey ways. All right, but I'm going to keep it really simple for you guys. Right. So it has a venting system, and that's the biggest thing that you have to remember because that's what you're responsible for doing. You're responsible for venting it once you put your fruits and vegetables in there. And that's how it works. All right. So it has a venting system because your fruits and vegetables naturally emit gases as they age and all that kind of stuff. They're actually kind of breathing, right? Because they're alive. It's live food, right? And so the other thing that's nice about them too is this part down here. So it's kind of like a little drainage area. So they also emit water as they're aging. And so that water just drips down in here and it just lifts those fruits and vegetables up out of the water. But the big thing that you need to remember is when you get home from the store, you just find whatever fruit or vegetable you have. So maybe we're going to store, let's say carrots. So we're going to store carrots. So there are carrots right there. And then you find this dot in the corner. So each, see, there's one that's not filled in, there's one that's filled all the way in, there's one that's half full, right? So for the carrots, it's the one that's filled in. So that indicates right here, see the dots right there? I'm trying to get my light to catch it. There you go. See the dots right there? So we're going to line this slider up to the coordinating dot with what we're storing. So we're doing carrots. So we're going to put it in the middle, right? And so now that's vented properly. Yes, yes. Now it's vented properly. So we're just going to open this up and we're going to dump our baby carrots in there, right? So the big thing to remember is it's always bare in Tupperware. Okay. So just remember that always bare in Tupperware. So you want to take your food out of the wrapper that it came in because now with this, it sort of makes sense, right? Because I just said that they will make gases, right? And this is the vent. So if it's wrapped in like plastic wrap, it's not going to be able to emit those gases. It's going to get stuck. So it makes complete sense that you want to dump everything out in here, right? This size is perfect for your baby carrots, Persian cucumbers, for all of your different berries, strawberries, all that kind of good stuff, right? All of it, right? And then also, it's great for your mushrooms, fresh herbs, all that kind of good stuff. Then we also have a couple other sizes in our 4-piece set, but you can buy them individually as well. So we have this size right here, which is actually the same capacity as this size. But this you so all the things that you put in here, you can put in here. But you can also do the longer things like your asparagus and like all of those type of things. And also, your green onions. It's great for this. It's fantastic for that, right? So then we also have this size right here, which is like the size of like the mixed greens, right? So like think about your spring mix, all that kind of good stuff. This is literally that size that it comes from the store in. And so you can dump them right in here. And let me tell you, they're gonna last way longer in here than they do in anything else, like the thing that it came from the store. And just trust me on that. But also, you can mix and match. So, as long as your vegetables and fruit are in the same venting family, so they're in the same column and they have the same dot in the corner, you can put them all in the same container. So, that's why the bigger one's kind of nice because you can put your zucchini with your cucumber, with your herbs, with your carrots. You can put all those in the same container if that's what you want to do. So, love me some fridge smarts, but it doesn't like just completely stop the aging of food. It just slows it down, right? So when your food, right, maybe your fruit, right, it's starting to get a little mushy, but it hasn't grown a beard yet. I mean, it didn't get moldy, right? It's not fuzzy yet. All right, let me open this. Let me do a couple more numbers for you guys. Sorry, my
Skincare people I know.
iPad went dead here. All right, so we have, oh, stop. Oh, please. All right, hold on. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to do a couple more numbers. We have B14. All right, so B14, G51, right, G51. We have I20, I20, and we have I22. All right, so your fruits, maybe they start to get a little mushy, so they're not as great raw, but before they get moldy, right, the perfect thing to do is bring out your freezer meats, right? That's perfect time to snatch those and put them into a freezer meat and freeze them. And now you save them. To me, that's almost like free food, because if I would have left it in my fridge mart for another day, it probably would have gotten past the point of no return, right? It would have gotten moldy, and then I had to pitch it. So if I can save it and put it into my freezer mate, right? And then I can freeze it. And now I have those fruits that I can use for jellies, jams. I can use it to make nice cream. I can use it for smoothies, right? And again, to me, that's almost like free food because it was on the way to the garbage. So these are our fridge smarts. And I would say, I honestly, these would probably be just as equally of a top seller as my fridge smarts if I had started selling them and using them from the beginning, because I didn't. I used them like kind of like, oh, I'm going to put something in the freezer. I should put it in a freezer mate, when I could have been using them like a system, right? So I use these sizes right here to do meal prepping in the freezer. So I just cook in big batches, and then I will freeze individual sizes in here so I can pull them out on a busy night. I will pre-cook proteins in here, and I won't season them. So then on a busy night, I can cut 20 to 30 minutes off of my meal prepping time. It is fantastic. I love these sizes down here for that flash freezing of my vegetables or my fruits that are about to go bad. So these are a game changer for your freezer. They're designed for your freezer. They're flexible to go in your freezer, right? And so the freezer is nature's pause button. And so whatever you put in there, that pauses it and keeps it from aging. So if you know anything about food, right? So once you cook a protein, you have your window's 3 to 5 days that protein is still good, right? So if you cook that protein and then you freeze it right away, when you thaw it, that starts that clock, right? So that clock is still at 3 to 5 days for you for that protein to be good. Now, if you cook that protein and you wait 2 days to freeze it, then when you thaw it, the clock doesn't start over. All right. So the clock doesn't start over, unfortunately. So you're already 2 days in. So when you thaw this, you're going to want to eat it in the next 24, 48 hours. All right. So just keep that in the back of your mind. All right.